Hi, my name is Drew Innes and welcome to my website. Now on this brief video, I'm going to be talking about the role of personal development courses in living an inspired life. Now on this fun slide, I just want to talk you through some of the fundamentals that I believe are important to living an inspired life and the role in which I see personal development courses in facilitating that, or at least enabling you with the skills and the thinking to go about creating the life of your dreams. So firstly, the big idea here is we need to decide on what we want. And once we decide on what we want, we can then express our life through joy and happiness by working towards our highest goals and objectives. Secondly, we need to acknowledge that along the way to achieving our goals and objectives to live our inspired life, there's going to be obstacles. And that can be represented by me down here as Mr. Smiley Face, thinking about my inspired life and my goals and objectives, and then accepting that I need to move from where I am to where I want to be by taking the third idea, which is inspired action. If we acknowledge that there's going to be obstacles along the way, it means that we can equip ourselves for the journey and we can develop the emotional intelligence that we need along the way, and we can also develop the character strengths that are going to be required to permit us to overcome challenges to express our highest life. So to ground some of these messages today, I'm going to take some big ideas from a book called The Courage to Create, and that's by Rollo May. And we're going to be talking about the important role of courage in the process of living an inspired life, and how through the development of our mindset and our skill set through personal development courses and just being a student of continuous personal and professional development, we can actually achieve the life of our dreams and our highest goals and objectives. So firstly, for the sake of this video, virtues in this context I'm referring to as character strengths. Things like hope, optimism, faith, enthusiasm, equity, justice, honesty, authenticity, valor, curiosity, forgiveness, diligence, perseverance, and gratitude. And there's many more that go along with it, to becoming the person that you need to become and expressing your life to achieve your highest goals and objectives. The development of these virtues and living in integrity with these virtues really is all about optimal living. At the heart of all of these virtues is a foundational one, and I've identified it as courage. Now, interestingly, courage comes from the French word coeur, C-O-E-U-R. It is the foundation that underlines and gives reality to all other virtues and personal values. So just imagine for a moment a life without courage, because essentially, if you expressed all of these other virtues but actually didn't have the courage to take inspired action, then these would simply wither away because you wouldn't be living optimally and living an inspired life. And to highlight that point, about 2,500 years ago, Aristotle liked to say that there were vices of excess and vices of deficiency, and in the middle was the virtuous mean. And Rollo May suggests that that virtue in the middle is actually courage. So what is courage in this context? In fact, courage is not the absence of despair. It is rather the capacity to move ahead in spite of despair or the obvious challenges. Now, I believe in addition to courage as a foundational virtue, you also need these three: faith, hope, and charity. And in Christian belief, charity is just another word for love. And I believe they symbolize the process that we go through to literally move through faith to hope and hope to love to achieve our goals and objectives. I liken it to the journey or the self-actualization process that we go through from literally being, say, an apprentice, moving on to being a tradesman, and then through practice and a commitment to our craft, becoming a master, literally becoming the master of our own life. And it's been said that the three theological virtues, faith, hope, and charity, allow man to share in Spirit's nature. These virtues relate directly to Spirit, who directly infuses these three virtues into the soul, where they make the believers capable of living as God's children and meriting eternal life. So to pull a big idea from the book, every organism has one and only one central need in life: to fulfill its own potentiality. And this is why I believe personal development courses and a lifelong commitment to personal and professional development is essential to fulfill our innate potentiality. Because first we need to know ourselves, then we can go about growing ourselves. And sometimes everyday people just like you and I, need a facilitator and tools and resources to aid in that process. And here's a quote to end this video off from Maslow, and many of you would have heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. He says, "What human beings can be, they must be. They must be true to their own nature. This need we may call self-actualization. It refers to man's desire for self-fulfillment, namely to the tendency for him to become actually in what he is potentially, to become everything one is capable of becoming." So personal development courses and a continuous commitment to self-development is fundamental to living an inspired life. My name is Drew Ennis. It's been a pleasure sharing some of these big ideas from the book, The Courage to Create. I look forward to seeing you back here on my next video.